Hey Melinda, this is Brian from Leadhounds, and in this video, I'm going to show you 3 things that you can start doing to bring in more patients through your website. So you might be asking, why is this guy just showing me this stuff for free? Couldn't I just go do it myself and take advantage of the extra business? And the answer is yeah, you absolutely can do that. But what I've found is that most small businesses don't have time to worry about perfecting their websites or showing up on Google searches. So if you do have the time, that's great. I encourage you to use what you learned in this video. But if you don't and you think you could use some help with this stuff, just give me a call or shoot me an email after you're done watching and we can talk about next steps. Okay, so I mentioned those 3 strategies, but before we get into that, I want to talk about the goal of those strategies, which is going to center around what's called buyer intent keywords. So these are basically words or phrases that someone's going to search on Google when they want to pay for a service. And this is going to really just drive your business because the people searching for that stuff are the ones that are just, they're looking to buy something, right? And they're probably in your area too, and you'll see why. So for Deux Rosé, that might be something like Botox Las Vegas. So I went ahead and searched that on Google, and we'll see what shows up. So we have the maps, which we'll come back to, and then we have what's called the organic listings. So these are going to be the most important part of the search results because they are the links that people click on most often when they search for things like this. So you see right here, you have some of your competitors in the Vegas area, LV Plastic Surgery, Chic La Vie, and we can scroll down and look for Deux Rosé and see if you show up. Okay, so that's the end of the first page and we don't see you. We'll look a little further just in case. So far, yeah, I'm not seeing Deux Rosé anywhere. So what that means is that for all the people searching for Botox Las Vegas, they're not seeing your website. They're seeing your competitors, right? And they're going to be going to these websites and probably setting up an appointment with them. So then you might ask, well, do I even care about this? Like, how many people really search for this? And we can actually answer that using this tool called Ahrefs, which gives me, counts of searches on Google. So right here we see that keyword, Botox Las Vegas, and we can see that it gets 1,000 searches every single month. And if you look down this list, you have hundreds more for these other related keywords. So that's literally thousands of people searching for this service that you provide in your area every single month. And it's not just Botox, right? We could do this for any of the services you provide. We're just using Botox as an example. So why don't we look at the keywords you do show up for? So I went ahead and searched for Deux Rosé, and we'll look at your keywords. Okay. So we'll see what you come up first for. You do come up first for a lot of words. But what I'm seeing is that none of these keywords that you're number 1 for are buyer intent keywords, right? Because they don't say Las Vegas, right? So you have no idea where these people are searching from. They could be in California, New York, Texas. They could be anywhere in the country, right? So it's chances are there's probably only 1 or 2 that are actually in Las Vegas. So we'll scroll down a little farther and, just to make this easier, we can filter to Las Vegas related keywords, right? Okay. So we'll show results. And then there you can see you're showing up for some, but mostly none of those higher keywords. And if you look at the position, right? Once you get to, right here, you're on the 2nd, 3rd, or even 4th page of Google, and nobody's really scrolling that far to find a business they want to work with. We want to be in the top 10 so that you're on the first page. So why don't we take a look at your competitor and see how they're doing. So this is Chic LaVie, one of those websites that popped up when we searched before, and we'll look at their keywords. So right away you can tell that they're doing a lot in terms of their search engine optimization, because you see these high volume keywords where they're in the first or second spot, right? Med Spa Las Vegas, that's a great one. And there's that one we looked at, Botox Las Vegas. They're in the number 4 spot. And if you scroll down, you can see even more, right? Cool sculpting, microneedling, another Botox one right there. And they're in the top 5 for basically all of these. So they're going to be getting most of the patients that are looking for these services when they search for this stuff. So how can you compete with that? Well, that's going to come back to those 3 strategies that I mentioned at the start. And the first of those is going to be the content on your website. So what that means is the text that is actually on your website that Google can read. And what Google wants to see is at least like 1,000 words of content that actually uses those keywords that we want to target. So we're looking at DeuxRosé.com, and the website looks great. I can tell you how to pro do this. And we'll just scroll down and look at your content. Okay, so we're at the bottom of the page, and we don't see much there, right? In terms of content, even though it looks great. So let's look at Chic LaVie, right? This is their Botox page. And what we see is actually probably thousands of words about Botox, right? They have a whole, basically blog post about Botox, and you can see that they're using keywords, right? On intentionally, right? Best Botox in Las Vegas, right there. Vegas Botox, right? So they are definitely doing this with a lot of purpose, right? And that's what you want to do to compete with them. Okay, so let's talk about the next strategy, which is called backlinking. So a backlink is when another website posts a link that goes to your website. And what that does is it tells Google that you're a credible business, because when they see that another business is linking to you, right, that means they're sending their own users to your website through that link. And that gives Google trust, which they'll reward you for by moving you up in those rankings. So we can see that you already have 185 backlinks. So that's a great start. And it probably means that you have someone working on your website for you. But what I've seen so far is that they're not really using a targeted approach to get those valuable keywords. So let's look at Chic LaVie. So we see that they have 752 backlinks, right? So even though you have a lot, they have a lot more. So what can we do about that? Well, we can actually go into their backlinks and we can look at all of these, and we can get you a link from each and every one of these sites. And what that's going to do is it's going to match the strategy that Chic LaVie is using to have so much success. And we don't want to stop there though. Once we've gotten all the same links as them, we want to add an extra 100, 200 links so that we're not just matching them, but we're blowing them out of the water. Okay, so that's backlinks. Let's talk about one more strategy, which is called the Google Map Pack. So we saw this before. You have the map, you have these 3 featured businesses. And the third strategy is going to be to get Deux Rosé into these top 3 businesses, because these get a ton of traffic too when people search for things like this. So that's what we want to do. We want to make sure you're in these top 3 with not just your website, but your Google Maps profile, so you can take advantage of those extra clicks. Okay, Melinda, so those are the 3 things I wanted to talk about. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope this was valuable to you. If it was, just give me a call or shoot me an email, and we can talk about next steps. All right, thanks.